No. Actually, you waited 4 years. So 37 is when you're having the kid.
So when I'm 40,
when you're 40, dude, when you're 47, the kid's 10. I do in kid. The kid's 10. When is this bro gonna move out and take care of us?
Well, maybe it's time for me to start operating.
I'm trying to tell you, that's the vision, bro. Age is probably, to me, one of the most biggest contributing factors in a sense of, according to obviously our topics today, in a sense of mindset, finances, and expectation. The expectations of a 20-year-old will not be the same expectations of a 24-year-old. Social media has ultimately destroyed the narrative of peer dating.
And I've got a certain character. And I like that character, and I feel like I'm ready to share that character with someone.
Yeah.
But the problem is now, when I share it with certain people, I can be deemed across as like, some people love it. They love who I am, they love my personality. But other girls can deem you as like, hey, this guy's actually so soft. Like, I need someone that can someone that can like, hold me down and like, push me to the edge. And, no, it's like, I'm not like that. So when you're intentional about dating and going on dates and stuff, like you're gonna bump into a lot of rotten tomatoes.
I don't want to say rotten tomatoes, Thato. I like to start it there. We never judge our parents. You never say, Papa, when you were 15, you never say, Papa, when you were 18, Mama was in grade 5. You know what I'm saying?
Who's welcome back to a brand new episode of Seated with
Lebo
and Thato Rampedi, guys. It's good to give you guys another episode. Today's very exciting. We're speaking about what's the ideal age gap between yourself and your partner.
Yeah, very controversial.
Very controversial.
Very controversial.
When is it? We were speaking about it earlier.
When is it grooming? When is it not grooming?
Can a younger man be groomed by an older woman? Can a young woman groom an old man?
Yeah.
When is it acceptable for someone to date, specific ages? Very excited to go into that. But before we get into that, I want us to do a how are you?
Oh.
What's up?
Perfect.
It's like it's what? What do you know about this one?
Bro, Thato's literally just pulling out like...
Guys, I want to speak about something real quick. I've been trying to find something that reminds me of my two favorite countries. I'm talking about Italy. I'm talking about China, baby. And I have seen now that Lay's has dropped two amazing bangers. I'm talking about...
Thank you.
The Chinese 5 spice, something Lebo just tasted right now. And of course, the Italian truffle and garlic. These things are definitely something you want to taste. And what's even more exciting is that Lay's has so many different prices that you can win. So don't waste time. Try these bangers. Lebo and I are currently, I don't know how the hell we made it to China. Next
last one.
Next episode, we might end up somewhere different, guys. Definitely try out the new Lay's flavors. Issue. So I want to start us off by just talking about the legal ages of consent. I think it'll be a nice layer to see what our government is saying. Literally reading from Google, and I can stand to be corrected. In South Africa, the age of consent for sexual activity is 16 years for both boys and girls. However, there are some exceptions. Children between 12 and 16, if both partners are between the ages of 12 and 16, they would not be criminally charged. That's insane, because what do you mean?
Like,
what are you doing at 12 doing those things? Children under 16 and a partner less than 2 years older will not be criminally charged. It is not a criminal for a child under the age of 16 to have sex with a partner who's less than 2 years older than them. Yeah. So when you're 16, the max you can go to is 18.
Yeah.
If you're 15...
I don't know.
17.
Yeah.
Basically, the age of consent in South Africa is 16, yeah? So if you are 18, 17, you can date a 50-year-old, 70-year-old, according to what is legal.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, like, for you guys listening today, like, the podcast is more of, if you're in high school and stuff and listening to this, please don't apply what we're about to say. Because we were talking about, like, if you're, like, 21 plus, what you're looking for. I was actually looking at some statistic earlier on today. In 2022, the average age difference between couples was actually 5.4 years, which is actually In South Africa, by the way, I'm not doing a statistic of worldwide. It's just in in sub-Saharan Africa, it was 5.4. In South Africa, it was 4 years. So we're looking around, if you're 20, you'd be dating someone 25. If you're 25, you're dating someone 29 to 30. And we have this whole conversation that me and my friends keep having about, what is the perfect age to marry? Yeah. We've all sat down as men with our uncles and our fathers, and they tell us that you need to marry very young so that your wife doesn't, age at the same time as you. Some of the stereotypes that we've faced, but age is probably, to me, one of the most biggest contributing factors in a sense of, according to obviously our topics today, in a sense of mindset, finances, and expectation. The expectations of a 20-year-old will not be the same expectations of a 24-year-old.
Yeah, we're talking about a Big Mac versus a designer bag. Or an 18-year-old is happy with their Big Mac. A 25-year-old maybe wants you to get them a new coat from Zara. Yeah. Sorry, my watch just broke and I'm actually really sad.
Don't say that.
Like, I'm seeing that the link is loose. Every time
you watch?
Yeah, I bought a bunch. Every time I get like a link removed on a watch, these babes don't know how to close it properly.
So they don't screw it back in properly. That's why there's no point in changing the link unless you go to the actual store that made the thing.
I went into the actual store. It was before I made the purchase. But anyway, the expectation is crazy financially, even mentally, right? Yeah. So for me, a big reason why I don't like dating like significantly younger than me is because of the mental hardship I've gone, which has then made me into someone who is mentally like stable, right? Yeah. So now I know that a fight with a 20-year-old will be different compared to a fight with a 25-year-old, right? A 25-year-old probably knows how to regulate better, probably knows how to communicate better, So that's one thing that me personally, if I make it by myself, prevents me from dating significantly younger. But we can't lie, there are pros and there are cons to doing, that too. Because like one of the pros, obviously, if you're someone that's 25, there's more mental stability, frontal lobe, communication is better. But if you're someone that's maybe 22, it's a thing of like, maybe they feel the age gap is so big that they have to overcompensate and prove maturity to you. So the whole time you're in this power dynamic where the younger person is trying to prove themselves to you that they are suitable for you. Yeah. And that can be deemed as a pro because you've got a girl trying her utmost best. Yeah. But also that is what people speak about. I honestly eventually go into grooming because that's also like a big topic. Literally
what I was literally thinking now. Because obviously this being such a controversial topic, I'll try to divide it up into different types of groups that you could date to make it more appropriate. Because I know you guys, you'll clip a post saying Lebo said this and he likes this. So I'll say, okay, cool. So there's the res girls, university girls, and then there will be the newly appointed
first year working,
1 to 2 years, 1 to 3 years of experience of work, and then you've got your established women. So we'll split it up into those three groups to make it more politically correct. I definitely think we need to go back a couple of steps in the black man's journey, because as a black man, when I am in university, the university girl would like to date the next group, which would be the 1 to 3 years experience. Yes. When I date the 1 to 3 years experience, she would like to date the next group, which is the established man. Guy. When you get to the established woman, she wants to date the shareholder and the board member. So as men, it is more likely for you to start dating young. And I want to make that a realistic thing. I know women will be like, oh no, it's wrong. You must stick to your peers. Our peers, unfortunately, aim higher. And it's not a bad thing. We don't shame women for, seeing where their value lies and then wanting more, etc. But this conversation in South Africa has always been portrayed in a negative light towards men. And I want to also just direct it towards women as well. Because I would not be the devil's advocate on this podcast if I didn't do so. I truly believe women don't act like they contribute to this whole age gap in dating. They're like, oh no, this one, you know what I'm saying? Like we use words such as grooming, where men apparently are on scooping up women, grooming them to becoming what they like and etc. And thing, which is don't get me wrong, which is a real thing. It is a real thing. But we don't place women's hands in wanting to be groomed. I'm being for real.
I mean, that's no. Because with grooming, it's like if we fast forward the definition of grooming, it's someone who's more mentally stable, their frontal lobe is developed. They have more experience. They understand more. They have more power.
Yeah.
Then the person who's younger, they are being groomed. So there's a groomee
and the groomer,
right?
Yeah.
So now the groomee is obviously easily manipulated.
Yeah.
So in that, you can't say it's their choice. That's why they're saying it's grooming. It's like, for example, if I say, Lebo, you should put your hand over that candle. I've done it 1,000 times. That's how we light up candles.
I see you as an older person. I put my hand, I burn.
Then you say, you know what? This burning feeling is normal.
Yeah.
I'm meant to feel this burning feeling because this guy said it's okay. So now when it comes to, you guys fixing discussions and fights, when it comes to how they take care of you, when it comes to, the control they have over you, because that's all you knew from this older person, you are then groomed into becoming what that person wants you to be, whether it's safe or not, whether it's healthy or not.
Yeah.
Now, for example, you'll inherit habits because you say it's your first relationship because you're so young. You'll inherit habits like you can't follow any guys on social media, or you can't leave the house after 8, and then you think that's what's meant to happen in a relationship because you've been groomed to behave like that. So here you're saying like, no, dude.
Yeah, I guess.
Here you're saying that like, no, dude. Even they contribute to women because they're the ones that are like being groomed, but it's like no, they're at the mental level where they're easily influenced.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, because I think the word using grooming was like a very hectic thing, but just for the audience's sake, right, just to get a proper definition here, grooming in dating refers to a manipulative, coercive behavior where one person gradually builds a relationship with another person, often with the intention of exploiting or abusing them. Grooming can involve building trust and rapport, isolating the person from friends and family, creating a sense of dependence and obligation. We'll go into that one a bit deeper, and gradually introducing a controlling and abusive behavior. So as Thato said, it's that thing of put your hand over the fire, you burn, etc. I'm going to convince you. Thato's thing about like how people take advantage of those with frontal lobes are not developed, and then they gradually get into this lifestyle. But let's talk about how that all begins. And that all goes into, I'm jumping ahead, and that's our second topic of like social media, but social media has ultimately destroyed the narrative of peer dating. And what I mean by peer dating is a year to 2 year gap of dating.
Yeah.
And that is only because of unrealistic financial expectations on men that is being portrayed on the internet, which of course leads to women dating maybe just 1 year older. Then maybe they say 2 years, and they say 3 years. Yeah. And I know I started off a bit hectic saying no, but women contribute to their own grooming. I truly believe on earth we all have free will. We all make choices, we all make educated choices. We all are responsible for our own well-beings. I do fully understand that men do take advantage of young women. And I'm going to go back to the definition because I really like that point. I do know men isolate their partners from friends and family. That's the biggest one. Yeah. And I do know there's a creating of a sense of dependence and obligation. And maybe we can dive deeper into how both parties play into those two things.
Yeah, as you're speaking, I'm trying to think and understand, like, because I'm there, like, no, obviously, if this person is 20 and this person is 27, it's obvious that this 27-year-old is going to be able to groom them. Yeah. But if we're saying the age of consent is 16, if we're allowing people to start working from the age of 18, 16, are they actually being groomed? Because a 19-year-old can also groom an 18-year-old. Yeah. Or an 18-year-old can also groom an 18-year-old because a bad habit is a bad habit. Yeah. Like, if I'm 18 and my partner's 18 and I tell them that, like, yo, when you go out, you send me your live location, you text me every 20 minutes, it's still manipulative. It's still the definition. Because when you're at the definition, there's nothing about age.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. Yeah.
So, like, I'm trying to understand that, but obviously I can definitely acknowledge the power dynamic that exists between someone who is more, financially stable and older versus a younger person. But I think we also can't ignore that. Like, I can't say you're wrong by saying women also put themselves in positions where they want someone that is more financially, advanced, and then in that they develop the negative and positive, things that contribute towards that type of relationship.
I think it's all what you're saying. Like, I think for a long time, because I'm shocked now by this definition of grooming has nothing to do with age.
Just Google it. Ask him.
Because I need to maybe Google it. Because I asked Meta AI, guys. You'll have to
ask Meta AI now. They say does age contribute towards grooming?
Yeah, it definitely does, bro. How can it not? I mean, it's a power dynamic at the end of the day. You're gonna respect your elders and etc. I'm gonna keep going into more of like what we were speaking about, the social and cultural impact of age gaps, right? And I definitely think it all starts in the African home with our parents. A lot of our parents' age gaps are not 1 year, 2 years. It's not 1 year, 3 year, ibile. It can even sometimes range from 5, 6, you know, in the African traditional home.
I'm so sorry, ne?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to read this thing about
ahead,
what
go ahead.
AI is saying about grooming.
Go ahead.
So it says, yes, age can be a factor in grooming. Children and adolescents are more vulnerable to grooming due to their naive, their trust, development stage, you know, the limited emotional regulation. So they are more susceptible
To being
groomed.
Yeah.
However, it's essential to note that grooming can occur at any age. Even adults can be groomed, especially if they're vulnerable due to circumstance like isolation, trauma, or power imbalances. And then it further says, power dynamics play a significant role in grooming. Grooming often involves an imbalance of power, which can be exploited regardless of age. So when we speak about grooming, I think you're definitely correct. Age can be a factor, but grooming is not directed towards
It's like
age.
an act. It's like gaslighting.
Yeah.
It's like gaslighting. Gaslighting doesn't have an age dependency for you to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I definitely think.
But the younger, but we can acknowledge.
But we can all
the young
acknowledge.
are more susceptible to
Yeah,
it
yeah.
due to their development.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh man, very controversial topic. You know, if I had to speak on my own experience of dating, you know, I've seen how much as a man, like, the difference in like dating someone 2 years younger, dating someone your age, dating someone 1 year younger, dating someone, I've even dated someone 3 years younger than me, you know, and I've seen the difference in that state, in those stages, but it's like Thato said, indirectly with your ages, already a power dynamic is created.
Yeah.
And it's not even like on purpose. You guys could be like, you know, on the same page, low
Yeah,
key.
there could even be a power dynamic just due to gender.
Yeah, it can also just be due to gender as a whole. But I don't know, man. Like I was saying earlier, like this thing starts at home, man. Like a lot of us in black families, our parents are married with a significant age gap of maybe 3, 4,
5,
5. Sometimes it's even
10,
10. I know it sounds ridiculous now, but we're speaking about it obviously in reality. You know, that's what we do. We're seated of ourselves. We're talking about these difficult conversations. But I like to start it there. We never judge our parents. You never say, Papa, when you were 15, you never say, Papa, when you were 18, Mama was in grade 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We never say those things because we understand that people can be mature. We understand that people can, you know, I've met a lot of girls, guys, who have obviously told me, yeah, I'm 20, I'm dating someone 31.
35, 32.
35. And the first question always is, oh, you're not worried how much older they are. And what do girls always say? No. I find myself pretty mature. Now, this word is a very dangerous word.
I feel like people that use the word mature don't even know what it means.
They don't even know.
Let's check. Let's get the definition.
Get the definition, but as I was looking for the definition, I want to say how dangerous the word mature is. We've created a society where people who are 18 can use the word mature in order to portray themselves as 25. We've created a society where people are 20 can say mature and portray themselves as 28.
Just because you're soft-spoken doesn't mean you're mature.
Yeah, or because
By the way.
or because you've watched a couple of NPR desk performances and you listen to 3 podcasts in a week. That does not mean you are mature. Maturity comes with a certain level of experience.
So maturity in relationships, I made about relationships.
Okay.
Mature and maturity in relationships refer to the ability to navigate complex emotions,
There we go.
conflicts,
There we
and
go.
responsibilities in a thoughtful, respectful,
There we
and
go.
resilient manner. Here are some key aspects of maturity in relationships. Emotional maturity, self-awareness, recognizing and understanding your emotions, needs, and limitations.
Yeah.
Do you even know yourself? Number 2, emotional regulation. I love the word regulation.
Yeah.
Managing your emotions, especially during conflicts and challenging situations. When you and your baby are fighting, are you calm, cool, and collected? Or are you raising your voice and snapping your fingers? Because if you're raising your voice and snapping your fingers, let me tell you something, my sister, you are not mature. Number 3, empathy. Understanding and respecting your partner's feelings, needs, and perspectives during a fight, during conflict with your other person. Are you thinking about how the words you are saying might hurt their feelings? Are you even considering how they are feeling? Or is it all about you? If it's all about you and getting your point across, my sister, let me tell you something, my brother, you are the furthest thing from mature.
I think while Tato's reading these definitions now, I'm thinking to myself, am I mature, right? And the only way to fully be able to answer all those things that Tato said, basically, or defined rather, is via experience, man. And I really dislike this thing of because I'm 25, my 25-year-old friends telling me they're dating a 48-year-old man and saying they are mature. When the maturity of a 45-year-old man cannot be caught up in 20 years.
It can't.
It cannot be caught up in 20 years.
It can't.
I think if we just to give you guys more context, let's discuss some of the challenges that, a 40, let's do 30, because it's closer, so we'll have more of a understand. A 30-year-old will face compared to the challenges that a 21-year-old will face. I'll start. 30-year-old, am I going to pay mortgage? Am I going to buy a house? 21, I should study more. I should graduate. How can those two worlds now coexist? Yeah. The only way they can coexist is if they have a mimosa, La Parada, a Gucci slide, vacations to Cape Town. Because people say, no, what do you even talk to? That's the number one question. That's the next question. What do you even talk to your 45-year-old partner about? And will look you in the eyes and say, everything. I talk to them about everything. And he helps me with everything, gives me advice. And I think
is that wrong though?
No, I don't think it's wrong, but I do think a lot of women place their partners into parental figures. You feel me? And men do it vice versa, but in a more, I want to say, in a more motherly role compared to fatherly role.
I mean,
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I hear 100%. We've been told that men are meant to lead their partners, right? And ideally, you can only really be in a position of leadership when you've had experience. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I've been in a situation where I've dated somebody younger than me. Let's say I'm working, I'm an entrepreneur, and they were studying, right? And they were quite mature, They also had some businesses, also content creator. It's my ex, everybody knows. And in that dynamic, I'm 27, she's 23 this year.
Yeah.
So we were 5 years apart. Come on now. In that dynamic, when I would stress about business and stuff, I would speak to her. When I had ideas and stuff, I would speak to her. Obviously, I would know how to execute better. But, I think she's 24 this year, actually. But anyway, my point is 4 years apart. 5 years apart, eh?
I think 4.
4 years apart, yeah. My point is, she hadn't walked the path that I had walked, but she was able to brainstorm with me, connect with me, hear me out, let me know what she thinks. And vice versa. She would be going through hardships with her businesses or maybe, university and whatever. And I'd also be able to pitch in, So I feel like sometimes you don't need to have experience in the thing that you're helping the person with. If you're able to listen, help, have an open ear, brainstorm, allow for collaboration. I was able to lead her. She was able to lead me too. But the age gap, it worked. And it allowed for me to be a leader. And it allowed for her to go into the nurturing role. And then when it was time for her to lead, it allowed for me to go into a nurturing role. So it's because you're speaking about now, obviously, what you connect with. It's you connect. I feel like in a relationship, you will always connect with whatever you are going through. And even if that person doesn't understand that thing, it's okay. If I'm talking about, for example, I've opened up a new studio, I've got rent to pay, I've got receptionists to pay, I've got people to pay. When I speak to my hardships to my partner, she'll listen.
Yeah, she'll listen. She won't relate.
But she'll listen. She'll listen. And it's up to the type of person that you're with, right? Because now you get these people who listen and they care for you, they have empathy, they have respect, and they care for your problems, and they listen, and then they give you a response that you need if you need that response. But then you have other people that say, nah, we're always talking about work. Let's go get a drink, relax, stress.
Mr.
Stress. So now it's not about age, it's about
and I definitely think
the portfolio of the person you've chosen.
Yeah, and with what Tato's saying, which is gonna go into the second part of our podcast, we're not saying having an age gap with your partner is incorrect. We are just saying, please, as men, and this is purely for the black men. Let's not. You keep in mind, as a leader in the relationship, you ultimately deciding the direction of your relationship. Let us not take advantage of a younger being in the sake of them being naive or the sake of thing. I'm not saying, guys, maturity, it doesn't exist. You can't relate, what. I did say that earlier. I'm saying that in a sense of we must also be realistic in terms of where we are in our lives. You know what I mean? Thato speaking about someone, like 5 years younger, cool, aware, sharp, but he still formulates a connection. He still formulates a sense of understanding. What is your understanding in your age gap? Yeah. And I think those are the things that I really have a problem with. I've seen girls date bros. They speak to them maybe once a day, call once a day, ask for money twice a day, and then ask for money twice a day, and then go to an expensive restaurant once a week. And that's the complete. She can't go to his house, and maybe he's married, maybe it does not matter though.
I wonder how those things work, eh?
I know how one of them.
I think some guys just like having a pretty girl next to them.
Yeah.
It's a status thing at a restaurant, you're with a beautiful girl, and then you have someone that's looking good.
Yeah.
And I think guys, let's be honest, guys all love the chase.
Yeah.
So I think these older guys, let's say you're 45, you're going for like a 20-year-old, you're enjoying the chase. You're enjoying the fact that you're enjoying the fact that there's even a possibility of you achieving this person. Because once that person is achieved, these guys just leave the babes alone.
No, man. I think it's a deeper insecurity of when you were 20-something, you couldn't get the girls that were 20-something. Yeah. Now you're 40-something. Yeah. You have the money, you have the you have the power to be able to obtain this individual, so you do it now. Yeah. All I'm saying is that when you do it, because we cannot stop those people from doing it, let us have a sense of 1, comprehension, 2, communication, 3, an understanding that, yes, we're not going to ignore the fact that you are 6 years or younger than me. We're not going to ignore the fact that you are 10 years younger than me. Yeah. Let us embrace it, in fact, and say, yo, these are the things that I've probably been through that you have not been through. Yeah. Because one of the big things that happens with age gaps is undermining. And I feel like that's a big thing of why I'm so anti like an age gap being really big. Yeah. And for me, I want to marry young. I know it sounds hypocritical now. I'm like, what? But that's just because that's been built into me via multiple men speaking to me in wada.
So I want us to eventually get into an age gap where we say unacceptable, acceptable towards the end. But I'm seeing something that I can also feel why I'm a bit pop in this episode. You didn't ask me how I am.
Yeah, no wonder, bro.
I haven't released the stresses of the week.
I was in a car accident like 4 days ago. I haven't spoken about that on the podcast.
We haven't released guys, when we do the how I use, that's us really taking out all the negatives. Yeah. And cherishing the positives.
It's clearing the canvas.
Because I've been struggling with this episode, man. Mm-hmm. You haven't asked me how are you?
Yeah, a bit late. I'm horrible. I'm low-key horrible. Worst year of my life, officially. I didn't want to use that phrase ever, like in my entirety of my life, but I think this was one of the worst years of my life. Yeah. I was in a car accident.
Why is it the worst year of your life?
I was in a car accident this year. I nearly died like 5 days ago now. Unemployment. I've been on survival mode the whole year. I've not relaxed once. Not in terms of like relaxing as in like I'm not doing anything. I mean relaxing as like, oh, everything is sorted. I'm stable. Money is good. Money will pour in this month. I can afford this. I can afford that. You're on. I was on edge for the past, I don't know how long. And if I'm being honest, I'm just so tired of acting like everything's going to be okay. But hey, this is the big point of difference between faith and hope, And I have faith into my Lord and Savior. I understand this is God's ultimate plan that I have contributed to that I have made my free will to become to this setting and this place. But yeah, I'm really horrible. I'm really sad. I'm really broken in my heart. But I'm just trying to overcome it because I understand that like these bad things happen to everyone, man. Like bad things happen to everyone at any point in time. You just have to keep going. Yeah. So that's how I am. I know that's a very sad how I am. Which maybe explains my energy on this podcast. But how are you?
How am I? I've got a little bit of flu now. I think that's one thing, but I think I'm in a weird era in my life.
Yeah.
in the sense that my things are fine, okay, like ups and downs. Or obviously, financially, things always come up and down. That's normal. It's our industry. Mentally, also things will come up and down. But I'm reaching an age and a position in life where I think I've found myself. I know who I am. I like who I am. I love what I do.
I got a tattoo. Sorry, I'm waiting.
I'm getting there. I like who I am. I love what I do. You know, man, my frontal lobe has been developed for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm at a position where it's like, okay, I think I'm yearning for companionship again. I'm not enjoying these talking stage vibes, 2 seconds things.
Yeah.
But I know that a relationship can never come when you're seeking it. But I'm also like, I also have to be intentional with the things that I want. When I want to make more money, I work harder. When I want to open up a business, I do research. So it's like with relationships and marriage and stuff, I'm like, no, if I want to find somebody, I have to put myself in the right positions. So I feel like I've been making this man who is obviously myself and my environment, who's soft, who is loving, who is considerate, who's understanding, who can spoil a woman, who can court a woman, and I've got a certain character. And I like that character, and I feel like I'm ready to share that character with someone.
Yeah.
But the problem is now, when I share it with certain people, I can be deemed across as like, some people love it, they love who I am, they love my personality. But other girls can deem you as like, hey, this guy's actually so soft, like, I need someone that can someone that can like, hold me down and like, push me to the edge and, no, it's like, I'm not like that. So when you're intentional about dating and going on dates and stuff, like you're gonna bump into a lot of rotten tomatoes.
I don't want to say rotten tomatoes, Thato. I call it the wrong side of the magnet. Like,
I'm gonna bump into people that are not compatible.
Yeah, negative and negative, bro. You just saying to yourself like, oh yeah, everybody's like. I think that's the romanticizing of relationships and love and stuff. Everyone's a positive. Like, I'll get to know this person. I can fall in love with anyone.
I'm very straight. I do one date if I don't feel it. If I don't see a wife and instant connection, I don't do it again.
Yeah, like for me,
one chance, Charlie.
For me, on a relationship,
one chance, Charlie.
On a relationship sense, right? Like what I was saying, because it really, really touched me. Last year, not last year, sometime I can't even when it was, but someone told me I was too touchy. I never touched them again.
See.
I want to make sure you understand this, guys. Like,
as soon as you counter my methods of loving you,
I'm out, bro.
Like, what?
That was your chance, by the way.
Yeah, no, sorry.
That was your chance, by the way.
I was with a girl once. She was like, yeah, she watches this podcast. She was like, yeah, but this is like, so I'm also like very PDA.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this once on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm very PDA, and she was like, hey, your level of touch right now is at a 10. Can we take it to like a 4?
Yeah.
I said, hey, I put it on a 0.
You put it on 0, blood. Because I'm a once in a lifetime opportunity. I only got one life. So I'm a once in a lifetime.
Might be the last time I get to touch your thigh, my bro.
Yeah, so yeah, man, I needed that. How are you? I think we all did, yo.
Yeah, and then in terms of like lifestyle and stuff, I'm also what's going on with my mic? I'm not enjoying, man. I'm not enjoying the life we're living anymore. Yeah, like we're tutoring ourselves, man. So obviously my friends and I live like rock stars. I'll be honest. Party, everything that comes with partying is attached. Parties, girls, vibes, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Not me though.
And it's like it's becoming boring, man.
Boring or repetitive?
I mean, that's what breeds boredom. Repetition.
I don't know, bro. I just think that our group has done it all. Like,
not all, but all.
I think our group has done majority of what you can do in Johannesburg. Excuse me, guys. We've done wine tasting. I'm talking about this year. We've done wine tasting. We've done Sun City. We've done Gold Reef. I've been to Gold Reef.
I'll tell you guys a quick story.
But I think our group just loves doing things with type of group of.
Let me try paint a picture for how we live.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So one time we were out, group of guys, group of girls. We go out to the club. After the club, we go to KFC. We've met these girls today. We say, hey, guys.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Would you guys like to go to Sun City tomorrow?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, of course. Mind you, it's 2 a.m. We're like, but we're leaving at 5.
I haven't heard a lie yet. I will tell you guys when he lies. I'll tell you guys when he lies.
We're leaving at 5. It's 2 o'clock. Okay, so everybody must go home, pack a bag.
Yeah, quick,
everyone
shower.
And then we'll fetch you guys at about
Make a group chat.
Yeah, cool. There's 4 lovely young ladies.
Yeah.
Pick them up, drive to Sun City,
Have a day at Sun City.
buy a bunch of alcohol, you know, pay entrance fee. I think we swiped like 5K on entrances that
I
day.
could not believe it. Well, okay, that just shows you it wasn't like 4 girls. It was like a lot, but
There's Sun
But
City,
yeah.
ice cream, drinks flowing, energy going, food being bought, lazy river.
yeah,
After Sun City, is it the same day we book an Airbnb?
yeah. You guys booked. You guys.
I wasn't
booked.
there.
I wasn't there. I also wasn't there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, not on some like I'm lying and
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
like, we
the
went
camera's
apart.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
I genuinely was not
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of the booking team.
Yeah, so
you
the guys-
too. You
I
two
wasn't
were
there.
not.
I went
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
The guys booked the Airbnb.
But you went to the Airbnb.
I went to the Airbnb.
I did not go to that Airbnb.
You went there?
I didn't go once.
Oh, it's nice. Had a bra, fireside.
Yeah, you guys had a bra.
My point to our story is that we are very impromptu.
Impulsive.
We're impulsive, impromptu. So we live life to the highest level that we can afford.
That we can afford. Like we believe that like, yo, work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we've done it all. Like I was telling Shozi, I was telling Khunse that I want to start like a running club next year. And that's just purely not because I have any interest in running or I have any interest in my body. I just am such a socialite that I am getting bored of meeting people at the clubs, at bowling, wada.
So even me, and you know what I'm saying is boring. It's boring meeting because I've also I've realized that like I don't know we've shifted topic. I feel like we enjoyed the conversation about age.
Yeah,
we'll wrap it up again later. But like,
sorry guys,
this is our podcast. This is what we're going through right now. This is how are you?
So sorry. Yeah,
I saw a TikTok, and then guys, we're diving into club culture for a little bit. I saw a TikTok. It said that it's so funny how you guys don't know how many of the goals that have been planted inside the club
work for the club. Yeah,
it was Soap and Duka actually. And I went and thought about an institution that we frequent often, and I realized that most of the girls at that place
work there
or have been brought there to make the club look a specific way. And it made me feel so dirty because I felt like, okay, cool. Like as a client, when I go to this institution or this establishment, sorry, I enter, I'm greeted, I'm given bottle service. They've attacked me with 5-star service. I sit down.
They're really good at service. Like
service is great. I see 3 pretty girls there. You know, these pretty girls are eyeing me. They're looking at me, but I'm not realizing that I'm a KPI.
Yeah,
They have to speak to me and make me spend more money in order for them to get paid.
yeah.
I
Drink the alcohol. They come into your section. You're confused why they're grabbing the Hennessy and drinking it straight. It's because they need you to buy more. That baby needs to meet her quota. No, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
it just made me feel so sad, and it made me relook club culture.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if we have our fun at the club and we are trying to get married, have long-term relationships, one day have children, or even just have good business relationships, my man, we are the client when we enter there.
Yeah.
Everyone around you is there to make you spend more money. Why would we find those things inside the club? Which is why I'm saying I'm so bored of that.
Which is why a running club. Because if you can convince a woman to run 5 kilometers, I mean,
she's the one.
She's the one. I mean, realistically speaking, she's pulling up with like what? Her shorts or some nice sneakers. You have a quick conversation with a coffee. Hey, hi. We're all right. Come on, you're slowing down. That's the plan. But I like Thato's saying, like club culture for us is definitely something that we are, I want to say, slowly moving away from. Because yeah, we get a sense of fun from it and etc. And it's like a peak of happiness. But I think we can all accept that we just do this because that's our only sense of like being outside and being like letting go.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to let go in many places, guys. Like, you know, I'm always on like my best behavior if I'm outside of my house.
Yeah, true,
if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at the gym, I'm at Lebo Rampedi at the gym. I don't want to like wild out now and start doing I can't be free. I can't just like, you know, dance and what. But at the club, I know it's very private. It's very dark. It's very dim. I can be myself. I can dance if I want to dance. I can talk the way I want to talk. I can have fun with my friends, dance with my friends. And there's not a lot of opportunities in Joburg to do that. I mean, farmers market used to be it, but then now, I mean, look at it. I mean, honestly, it's a club now as well.
I want to ask you. So, what would you do as my brother? If let's say I meet somebody in Jan, and I'm like, Lebza, this person's the one. I'm gonna propose to them in September, and it's been 2 months of me seeing them. And you're like, bro, it's only been 2 months. I'm
Have
like,
I met them?
No, like let's say I meet them now.
Are you going to marry them in Jan?
No. Then in Jan you meet them.
And then September you're going to marry
I'm
them?
taking out Lobola.
I'd ask you if you're sure. If you say yes, then I'll say, okay, good luck. You know why I say that? Because I've heard of stories multiple times where people meet on the day, get married, they've been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I'll never ever take away from that. But obviously I will be a bit like hesitant. And
like, who's this person?
Yeah. I want to ask you, me at 25, which age of girl do you think would best suit my lifestyle and who I am right now?
20, 21, 22.
Really? Oh, raw. Raw.
Yeah, what's the 4-year gap?
That just broke my heart a little bit. Because I basically asked him, where do you see me mentally? And he said 21.
No, let me unpack. let me unpack. So
Unpack.
You say what you said again.
I said, where you see me right now, lifestyle, mentality,
Yes.
what age?
So you have a lot of free time.
I do.
So when I say 21, it's like you need maybe a student. Because
Yeah.
a student also has a lot of free time.
Yeah.
So someone to, be with you there when you're doing your shoes, chill with you, give you all the time and attention. Number 2, the lifestyle that we live doesn't allow for you to be with someone who's got a 9 to 5,
I think,
Monday to Friday, because you're going to stress them, brother. You're having too much fun.
yeah, man.
So you're on the wavelength of someone that's still having lots of fun.
Yeah.
Because now if you're with someone that's 24, they're working too, you're going to get bored, man.
I want to go back to the reason I asked you that question. I want to go back to the age thing and say, like, and maybe I'm wrong about the maturity thing, because I've been thinking about this mature thing. I've been asking myself throughout this podcast in my mind, am I mature? Am I not wrong at saying you can meet a 19-year-old man and a 42-year-old boy?
Yeah, it's the truth.
It's the truth, right?
It's true.
So in that sense, right, a 42-year-old boy dating a 20-year-old, he's dating his mind capacity.
There's no grooming happening.
He doesn't even know how to groom. He's being groomed. They're telling him to wash the dishes at home.
He says, yes, sir.
To clean this thing. Yes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying, sorry, because I always try to look at these things at different perspectives.
Holistic way, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Like, but anyways, guys, just to move away from this age dating thing completely and go on to just maybe a lighter-hearted topic. What age do you think you will get married? Because I want this on camera for Mama and Papa. Got you, Mama and Papa. Did it for you. They asked me to do this on podcast so we can have something solid. What age do you think you'll get married?
So let's say ideally I meet someone in the next year. Next year I'm 28. So let's say I meet someone, I'm 28 next year maybe. Hi, someone.
So 31.
I meet them at 28, then I will do 29.
Okay, if you meet them, let's be realistic. You meet them 29, 30. That's the realistic.
Yeah, then I'll get married at 34.
Okay, so we're looking between 31 and 34.
No.
That's what we're looking for. That's the
33
age.
and 36.
33, 36. That's a good age.
Yeah, then I'll have kids at 37.
Yeah, me, hey, I do child.
Really?
Yeah, I want to finish school fees as fast as possible, Dad. I don't want to wait. I do children in the next 9 months. I do kids. She doesn't know I'm saying I do to the marriage and a child.
For me, it's I do wait 4 years. I want to say my wife.
No,
I have to go pick up my wife. My wife's
No, bro, like, I feel like you get to, like,
my wife.
It's either you get to enjoy your partner when they're retired or in the beginning. You can choose.
Where do you want to enjoy them in retirement?
I'll choose
They
later.
can die.
Bro. No, dude, I was talking about this the other day. I was like, dude, when you are 40, how old do you think your kid will be?
Like 16.
Hey, still in high school, 400,000 a year. School fees, whatever. You're 40, by the way, bro. You've been fighting this life for 40 years. I'm already tired at 25, bro.
Actually, I'm wrong because I'm 27, bro. I'll be 40s in 13 years. My kid will be like 11, 10.
And now when you're 36?
Yeah, because if I'm 36...
No. I agree. You waited 4 years. So 37 is when you're having the kid.
So when I'm 40...
When you're 40... Dude, when you're 47, the kid's 10. I do in kid. The kid's 10.
It's time
When is
for
this
me-
bro gonna move out and take care of us?
Well, maybe it's time for me to start operating.
I'm trying to tell you, that's the vision, bro. I don't want no kid. When I want to still be like young and like a young
But
dad.
we have to make kids at the same. So you want,
at the same time.
that's the thing. So do you want family though? Do you yearn for family? Do you yearn for buying juice every day for your kids, spending time with them, laughing with them?
No. Right now, I wouldn't say I yearn for family. I yearn more for companionship, which will teach me about being part of a family. That's with someone that's not my blood.
See, I don't yearn for family, so I'm like, but I'm realizing after what you said now, hey man, maybe
But that's just called family planning, brother. It has nothing to do with my emotions. No, I'm being for real.
Maybe it's time
Keep in mind, school fees increases per year, by the way.
I'll be too rich to worry about the prices of things.
By God's grace. By God's grace. But hey, even the rich complain about school fees because they're doing expensive schools.
My kids are all going to government schools.
And now my kids are going to private all the way from grade 1 all the way to matric. But that's not my point, bro. Like having kids early is like a low-key dream for me. But yeah, guys, as you can see,
I get why Sean has 3 kids now.
why wouldn't you? You nearly done. He's nearly done. He's low-key nearly done with what we call life.
That's true.
And like low-key, like I get there's certain things that you need to obtain, etc. But I actually had a call with my friend, Shozi, the other day. Funniest conversation, we're having a conversation. He's telling me he's single, etc., etc. I looked at him, I'm like, bro, like, he's telling me, oh yeah, I got my first big bonus. I'm getting my first big bonus next. I'm like, bro, I'm like, yes, bro, like, soon you're going to be making, like, you know, a significant amount of money. I'm looking left, I'm looking right. You're making all that money for you, bro. Just you know, I have a girlfriend or something. And he was like, damn, I can't even sleep at night. I work so hard so I can share this with my family one day. I don't even have a starting point of the family. I don't even have a starting point of the family because, bro, I guarantee you, every brew would be happy with like what, 60,000 a month. They have a nice place, nice whip, and they live life and they travel. Every brew will be happy with that, right? I'm not saying that brews won't be happy with that. But there's a certain type of brew, he aims to accumulate wealth to build a family. And that type of brew, bro, like I can tell you now, a lot of us right now, we are those brews, we just don't know it yet.
I think so.
100%.
I think we're subconsciously trying to build for our future families.
Yeah.
But why else
would we do all this effort? For you. It can be a self-love. Yeah, it can be for you. Don't get me wrong. It can be for you.
You know, men are actually high-key working so hard.
To provide.
To provide for a woman in the future.
You're unlocking it, ne? You're unlocking it, ne?
Because I'm realizing...
Because if it was up to you, what would you do?
I would have been fine.
Townhouse.
I would have been fine.
And this is it, eh? Man, you still have more dreams after this studio.
I would have been fine.
You still have more dreams after this studio.
I would have been fine. I would have been good making my money from YouTube.
Stop.
If I just enjoyed having a nice beer, playing PlayStation,
but
what do I yearn for the most?
You see,
a companion.
And it's subconscious.
Hey, you're unlocking things in me, my man.
And that's why I said it's not. Kim, and I want to go back. It's not every man. Some men are fine with the 60,000, living alone, big house, cars, grooving until they die. But subconsciously, a lot of men don't know they're actually building all this wealth because they want to be able to say to their wives, here's your dream car. They want to be able to say, here's your dream house. They want to be able to do those things for a woman. And yeah, it doesn't sound nice like, why don't you do those things for yourself only? My brother in Christ, if it was up to me myself, I'd have a McLaren and I'd live in a penthouse somewhere in Cape Town. And that's it, hey? No kids, no something, I know that. But that's not what I was called for. I was called to love.
You're called to love.
God knows my heart. I was called to marriage. I was called to be a provider. That's true. Because of that, everything that I do now and the work that I put in is not only just for me. So it's not that I'm not doing it for me. It's just that it's not only for me.
So, baby, Fisher, can you see how hard I'm working, baby?
Yeah, you think
it's time for you to appear? Also, you now.
Get now, go.
Let
me check the time. 13:16. If we don't see you, ne, my lovey-dovey, it's December now. 14 December. 14 December next year. 13:16. I'm gonna check the time. If I'm not in anything serious, then God, maybe I was wrong about this podcast. And that's what you do when you play, what is it called? Roulette with Jesus. You put a date and you say, Jesus, we don't do this by this time. I'm shooting.
Maybe, don't you feel better because, I guess we have different things. Don't you feel better because you have a brother who's 27?
Yeah.
And he's still single?
Yeah, I think that is the most...
doesn't it make you a bit more comfortable? Like?
Oh, no, man, it's a big blessing. It's a big, big blessing. I want to tell you guys something. Like, half my mates from, like, high school are married, or engaged at 26, 27, 25, These are the guys that are 1 year older than me, 2 years older than me. Like majority of them either got to go pregnant, not by choice, like by mistake. And then the other half got married intentionally because they're white.
Not by choice.
Not by choice, but by mistake.
By raw.
By raw. Deaf by raw. But yeah, man. For me, I take it as a blessing, bro. Like my brother being 27 and single just shows you how much effort he's putting into his career. He's very career driven. You know, in the movies, Thato's the woman who pours wine and goes into an empty flat with a dog and at 27 and they're bashing her and saying, when are you going to get married? But in reality, she's accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So it's 50-50. But hey, man, hey.
You know what I realized recently, nah?
What?
Like you have those movies where like there's a relationship happening or a marriage and they've got kids and it's like all the guys coming home late, working hard.
Yeah.
It's all talking about work. When I was seeing people this year, I realized that I'm that guy and I didn't like it. Like I'm the career-driven person who values their career over family, friends. And experiences.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you never hear, like, it's like me, I'm there like, I might not even come this Christmas.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because that's how much it means to you.
How much it matters, how much my career means to me. And I always catch myself whenever I'm in a talking stage, I'm talking so much about work.
Yeah, I talk a lot about work as well. It's a bad habit.
And it's scary for me because it's like based off how hard we've been working all these years, I'm struggling to find a woman of caliber to match or understand where I'm at. Not that I'm like a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'd say I'm a successful YouTuber.
Yeah.
So when I bring people into my space, like, oh, I can go past my studio, no. For some people, it excites them too much and it makes them start watching the wrong things.
Yeah.
But no, that's not the same thing today.
Hey, bro, it low-key is because it all goes back into what we're speaking about, like ages, mentality, mindsets, etc. And picking the right partner, guys, is what I want to tell everyone is a lifelong journey.
Yeah, some people get married and get divorced, by the way.
Or some people get married and get married in another province. And some people get married, divorced, and then marry the person again.
Sometimes you have to get a wife to find the love of your life.
No, I don't think
and
so.
The love of your life is not your wife, it's just like
I truly believe like love is like success. You understand? Like love is like success. You'll only know you have it when you have it. You know what I'm saying? You'll only know you have it when you have it.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We've really am trying to work. I mean, 14 December, half of you guys are on leave already, but we're still pushing because we understand entertainment does not have a leave date. So thank you so much for listening. We hope to have more conversation with you. And if you have not, please check out our Instagram. We are way more interactive. Our stories are going crazy. So please go give that a look. So you can keep up with all the updates of us as well as the podcast. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
No, sharp. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
Ray-Bans and catamaran.